Okay, good morning to all of you. I welcomes to all in our lecture series on mechanics, that is your core paper 2, and we are discussing unit 4. Topic is oscillations, and this is our lecture number 15. Our lecture number 15. In this lecture we are going to discuss about sharpness of resonance. In our last class we have been discussed about resonance of a forced harmonic oscillation. In the condition of resonance we found that means when A has to be maximum, that means amplitude will be maximum. The condition will when PR by 2 pi will be equal to omega square minus 2b square by 2 pi, or the so called P, or the angular frequency of applied force, this is P, will be equal to omega square minus 2b square root over. If it is so, then we can find the maximum amplitude of oscillation in case of forced harmonic case. So in detail we have been discussed in our last class about resonance. Today we are going to discuss about sharpness of resonance. So here the sharpness of resonance means at the resonant frequency in which speed the amplitude is going to be decreased. The meaning of sharpness will be this one. I am going to discuss, you just watch it. So here it can be defined as like this, that the sharpness of resonance is a measure of the rate of fall of amplitude with the variation in the driving frequency. Driving frequency means the so called P. Variation of driving frequency P on either side of the resonant frequency. I can show you the graph. You can see along x-axis we have been considered the variation of P. Here P is a small p we have been considered in our discussion. So you just write small p. Okay, we have been considered always small p. That means here P is nothing but your driving frequency. You can see that in our main equation we written that F0 sin omega t, this is nothing but called as a periodic force, and here P is nothing but the frequency of the periodic force, the angular frequency of the periodic force, or we can say simply we can say that the frequency of the driving force or applied force. So here it is written that in which way or in which rate the amplitude is reduced or variation of amplitude in the driving force P on either side of the resonant frequency. So here you can see that suppose you just concentrate upon this curve, okay. At this point along x-axis we have been considered the variation of P, along y-axis the variation of amplitude. At this point, suppose this will be the P is nothing but our resonant frequency, means P equal to omega. So the so called resonant frequency we are considering that P equal to omega. That means here you can see from equation number 7, P equal to omega square minus B 2b square root over. So if we are going to consider B is small, very small, so P will be equal to omega. So resonant will be occurs approximately P equal to omega, means maximum amplitude in case of forced harmonic oscillation we can found when applied force frequency will be equal to natural frequency of the vibration of the particle. Okay. So let this point P equal to omega, this is your resonant frequency. So resonant frequency, at this resonant frequency obviously we are going to get the maximum amplitude, you just concentrate upon the curve B. This is curve A. I will explain all the curves. Wait, this is A, this is B, C, D. Concentrate on curve B. So at P equal to omega, we can get the maximum amplitude. So either side of P equal to omega, okay, or either side of resonant frequency, whatever it is told, that the sharpness of resonance is a measure of the rate of fall of amplitude with the variation of driving force on either side of the resonant frequency. So the resonant frequency is nothing but P approximately omega, or P equal to omega we can say. So here on either side of resonant frequency, in which rate this amplitude is going to be fall, that will be decide the sharpness of resonance. You can see, you just concentrate on the curve B and D. You can see the sharpness of curve B at resonant frequency is more than curve D at the same resonant frequency. That means on either side of this frequency, for this curve B, the fall of, or the rate of fall of amplitude is more as compared with curve D. Okay, so what do you mean by curve D, C, B, A? I am going to explain. Wait, you just concentrate upon the two curves, curve B and curve D. You can found at exactly at P equal to omega, we can get the resonance maximum amplitude. But on either side of this resonant frequency, either we have to consider this side and this side, which is nothing but P greater than omega, P less than omega. We can found here rate of decrease of amplitude is less, but here the rate of decrease of amplitude is large, so that it looks like, this curve looks like sharpen than this curve. This curve looks like flattened as compared with this one. So this will be the sharper than this one. So what is the physical meaning of these curves? I am going to explain. Wait. See, the amplitude of the forced oscillator is given by, we know that these things we know previously. So as this is another section, so here I represented this one as equation number 1. Okay, carefully you have to write the note and carefully you have to draw this figure. So it is found that A depends on relative magnitude of P and omega, that is omega square minus P square factor. Obviously it will be depend upon the omega square minus P square factor, because this will be at the denominator of the A. Okay, hence if P less than omega and P greater than omega, A value decreases, because you can see at omega equal to P, this factor will be 0. Only we can get A equal to F0 by 4 B square P square root over. Okay, but either we have to consider P less than omega or P greater than omega, a additional term will be come into the picture at the denominator. Here the additional term, suppose this is omega square minus P square, suppose x square, a additional term came into the picture. So obviously this amplitude is greater than that of this. That means it is telling that either we have to move less than omega this side, or greater than omega, the amplitude value has to be decreased. Okay, because a additional term is going to be added in with denominator. So the above figure 1 represents the variation of amplitude of forced oscillator with a driving frequency P for different values of damping. Damping in bracket you just write B, because B represents the damping factor. Okay, now I told that what will be the curve A is represents curve A, this one, either side, this one and this one, both are these curves are symmetric, okay, about p equal to omega, this side will be symmetric. So this curve A represents the variation of amplitude at b equal to 0, that means no damping, there is no resistance, which is practically impossible, but if we are going to consider ideally for b equal to 0, that means for no damping, this is the variation, okay, on either side of the resonant frequency. This is curve B is weak damping, weak resistance we can consider, and this is curve C. This curve C is represents medium damping, and this is heavy damping. So these are the variation of amplitude. See, first we have to consider for b equal to 0. For b equal to 0, what will be the amplitude at p equal to omega? See, for p equal to omega, this will be 0, and for b equal to 0, that means the whole denominator is going to be 0, and the A maximum or the so called amplitude at the resonance will be infinite. That means this curve is tends to touch to the p equal to omega at the infinite. That means we are going to get p equal to omega at p equal to omega, that means at resonant frequency the amplitude will be infinite. Practically it is impossible because whatever the medium we have to consider, there will be a somewhat resistance will be there, will be present, will be there. So this will be the curve which represents the variation of amplitude on the either side of the resonant frequency when no damping case, that is A, okay. B for weak damping, C curve is medium damping, D curve is heavy damping. So you just we are going to be just imagine simple with our common sense idea, common sense mind, that with increase of damping at resonance, the amplitude is decreases, first one thing, and another thing, with increase of damping, that means if the resistance is increasing, the sharpness of this curve is also decreases. For this, for weak damping, sharpness is larger or very sharpened curve we can found as compared with heavy damping. You just imagine with your common sense mind, suppose this is your oscillator oscillating with the forced with a applied force. Suppose with a particular frequency, it will give you the resonant resonance, okay. So obviously without a resonant frequency, that means either p greater than omega or p less than omega, we are not going to get the maximum amplitude, okay, but lesser than the maximum amplitude. First we have to consider weak damping case. Weak damping case means, suppose this oscillator is oscillating, you just imagine oscillating in a air medium, okay, in a air medium. So here see, this is your here the oscillation starts, goes to the maximum amplitude and coming back again, going to the maximum amplitude, see, going to the maximum amplitude, coming back, like that. So you just focus that how fast it coming back, how fast it decreases its amplitude. See, here it starts, means it goes to this side highest amplitude. So how fast it is coming back, you just imagine your mind that if it is air medium, it will be faster to coming to its original position, or if it is a water, then it will be coming to its original position. If it is air, then it is coming with this speed, right? If it will be water, if I am going to full this water, fill of this area with water, then the amplitude will decrease slowly with high damping medium, high resistance medium. Okay, so for a weak medium, how fast amplitude is going to be decreased? For a heavy damping medium, the decrease of amplitude, the rate of decrease of amplitude will be lesser. Okay, only for that, this is one thing, that in case of heavy damping case, the rate of amplitude will be decreased. For weak damping, the rate of amplitude decrease of rate of amplitude will be faster. Okay, this is one point. Another point, you can see, for weak damping, at the resonant frequency the amplitude is maximum. For heavy damping, at the resonant frequency it is minimum. We can see from the graph. This also we can found from this expression. You can see at P equal to omega, this term is 0, right? So for the heavy damping, this B is larger. If B will be larger, then amplitude will be smaller as compared with weak damping. For weak damping, we can consider B equal to suppose 1. Okay, for weak damping we can consider B equal to 1. So here the denominator will be 1 square, and if heavy damping we are going to consider B equal to 3, then here we are going to consider 3 square will be 9, means denominator factor is increased. The amplitude, maximum amplitude at P equal to omega will be decreases as compared with weak damping. So here 2 points we observed. For weak damping, the decrease of amplitude is faster, rate of decrease of amplitude is faster, and for weak damping, the maximum amplitude at resonant frequency also higher as compared with heavy damping case. And in case of heavy damping, the rate of decrease of amplitude also slower as compared with weak damping. These 2 points we have been observed. Okay, and the same thing whatever I discussed, I have written. You just write in your note. Up to this much, you just pause the video. You have to write the note. And next, whatever I discussed, I written. You just watch it. From figure 1, what we observed, when P equal to omega, mathematically I am going to explain. Okay, when P equal to omega, A max is equal to how much? Is equal to, this factor is 0. For P equal to omega, this factor will be 0. The root over of this one will be 2bp. Okay, so A max will be infinite if B equal to 0. So if we are going to consider no damping case means B factor, damping will be 0. That means there is no resistance by the medium, or there is no resistance offered by the hook where this oscillator is hanged. So we are not going to consider any type of damping. That means B equal to 0, then A max will be infinite. So A max will be infinite. A maximum means resonant amplitude. At resonant frequency, what is the amplitude? This one is the A max. For the case B equal to 0, it will be infinite. So that is no damping, which is practically not possible. Okay, what I told. So now for B equal to 0, the variation of amplitude depends upon the omega and P. That means from equation number 1, we can see that for B equal to 0, also amplitude, the variation of amplitude depends upon omega and P. Hence for either side, that means here you can put this comma, P less than omega or P greater than omega, the region of amplitude gradually decreases as shown in figure 1a. This is 1a. For the case what? No damping case, and at P is equal to omega, we can found the amplitude maximum will be infinite, which will be practically impossible by considering if we are going to imagine b equal to 0. This is one case is represented by figure 1a. Now for different value of b, now we are going to consider different value of b means weak damping case, medium damping case, heavy damping case. What I explained that weak damping is belongs to your air medium, and heavy damping you just imagine your water medium. Okay, the variation of amplitude with p are represented by figure 1b, c and d. This is 1b, c, d. This is representation 1b. Representation is weak damping. This is your medium damping. This is your heavy damping. First, for weak damping, medium damping and heavy damping, when the damping is increases, when the damping, this means when b is increases, obviously a max means this factor will be 0. That means here I explained that here if b will be increases, a max, this is a max will be decrease. So here for weak damping b is less, for heavy damping b is large. So it's amplitude maximum, this is amplitude maximum. Okay, amplitude maximum, this is amplitude maximum for weak damping, this is amplitude maximum for heavy damping at resonance frequency, right? So this amplitude maximum for different value of resistance offered by the medium or b value is decreases. Amplitude decreases with increasing of damping. One thing, okay, from the equation also we got the same thing. And if you can imagine that I have given a force in the air medium, how much maximum amplitude it has to be go, the same force if this oscillator is present in the water medium, same force if I am going to be apply, the amplitude will be less. Okay, in the air medium I applied a force, how much amplitude it has to be go to the either side. If I will do the same experiment with applying the same force in the water medium, the amplitude will be lesser. Okay, next, now what are the observation from the graph? What are the observation from the graph? We observed that I given 2-3 points, you just follow it. First point, it is tells us that a maximum is decreased with increase of damping. Whatever we found mathematically, here I explained mathematically that if damping b is going to be increased, a max is going to be decreased. Mathematically we found, and if we are going to be think with our common sense mind, also we can found that maximum amplitude in the in case of air medium with the same force will be maximum if the same experiment we are going to do in the water medium. Okay, the amplitude will be lesser. This is the one point we found. For small value of b, the curve falls much more rapidly on both the side. So here this is the, for weak damping means small b, and here heavy damping means large b value. So for small value of b, we found the curve falls rapidly as compared with this one. That I have an example with this one. I am going to be explain with different value of b, we can found the rate of fall of amplitude will be larger for this lesser b. That I am going to give you one example. You just wait. First I have to read these things. So for whatever observed from the graph, for small value of b, the curve falls much more rapidly on both the side of the peak. Both the side of the peak means at resonant frequency, whatever the a max on the both the side. For small b, it is falls more rapidly as compared with large b. Okay, the second point, large, that is when damping is small, the amplitude falls very quickly on either side of resonant frequency. Okay, then next point, what we found that for a rapid fall of amplitude, sharpness of curve is observed at p equal to omega, that means at resonant frequency. So whenever rapid fall of amplitude we found, hence in turn we found sharpness of the curve. So for this case, as rate of fall of amplitude is large, the sharpness of the curve is larger as compared with heavy damping and also as compared with medium damping, because in case of medium damping, slow rate of fall of amplitude as compared with weak damping. Okay, likewise in case of heavy damping also slower rate as compared with medium damping and also weak damping. That means whenever the damping will be large, the rate of fall of amplitude on the either side of the your resonant frequency will be less. So we can get the flattened curve for the heavy damping case and sharpened curve at p equal to omega for weak damping. Same thing it has been written. For rapid fall of amplitude, sharpness of curve is observed at p equal to omega, that means at resonant. And at resonance frequency, just like resonance, at resonance frequency the curve looks like sharpen. Here I can show you two pencil and its pointer. See, which one is the sharpen pointer? This one. The orange color pencil have sharpen pointer as compared with yellow color pencil, because here if we have to consider, this one is the center for this pencil and this one is the center of this pencil. From this center the decrease is slower, sharpen, then it will be called as decrease of either side from the topmost point will be larger, like that. So for slow fall of amplitude, flatness of the curve is observed at p equal to omega, that means at resonance frequency. So for slow fall of amplitude, flatness of curve is observed. That means if we are going to consider for the heavy damping case, here slow rate of fall of amplitude on the either side of the resonant frequency, so we can get the flattened curve at p is equal to omega. So here I am going to give you one mathematical example that for heavy damping case, that means for heavy damping b equal to 3, the rate of decrease will be slower as compared with a weak damping case. Okay, this is a mathematical analysis, you just follow it. No need to write in your note, you can write it in your rough paper for your understanding purposes in future. See, we found that a equal to f0 by omega square minus p square whole square plus 4b square p square. Okay, so you just concentrate that this one is your weak damping and this one is your heavy damping. That means first we have to consider weak damping, means suppose here we are going to consider p equal to omega equal to 5. So this point is 5, we arbitrarily consider 5, and f0 is a constant, let it is 2. Now we are consider for b equal to 1. B equal to 1 means you just consider for the weak damping. Okay, you just consider for the weak damping. So b equal to 1, what will the value of a a max means for p equal to omega equal to 5, that means this term will be 0. So here f0 means we consider as 2 by root over of 4 into b square. B square is how much? B square is 1 into p square. P square means 5 square is 25, so will be equal to 2 by 100.2. That means for weak damping, this amplitude from here to here is, suppose, no need to write this one, I will be erase it. Okay, I am just explaining, you just follow. So this height is your, we got 0.2, this height from here to here, amplitude maximum height is 0.2. okay, now we have to consider P equal to 6. So at P equal to 5, that means at resonant condition, at resonant frequency, we found the maximum amplitude is 0.2. now we have to consider P equal to 6, means this side one point. When P equal to 6, then what is the value of A? We have to just put the values whatever we considered. F0 we consider 2, root over of, here we considered that is your omega square minus P square whole square. Omega square is 5, will be 25, minus P we considered as 6, 36 whole square plus 4 into B we consider 1 into P square means 6 square 36. By calculating, we found 0.15763. That means for P is equal to 6, suppose P is equal to 6, over here this value P is equal to 6, this value is how much? This value is how much? This one, 0.1573. Now from here to here, so here from 5 to 6, if I will move, the amplitude how much decreases? How much decreases? 0.2. It was 0.2 and decreased to 0.1573. So what is the difference between this and this? This will be 0.2 minus 0.15763 equal to 0.04237. okay, so from maximum to here, the decrease is this one. okay, now we have to consider for this one, suppose for this one the B equal to 3, the damping factor equal to 3. So here the same, P equal to omega is equal to 5. Now we have to consider A max. A max will be how much? A max means P equal to omega, this factor will be 0. So here the F0 will be 2 whole divided root over of 4 into B is considered as 3. That means greater than that of the previous one. Previously we considered B equal to 1, and this second case is B equal to 3. 3 means it will be 9 into 25. So by calculating we can get 0.0666. That means this value is how much? 0. This much from here to here, this amplitude is how much? 0.0666, this much. okay, so for P is equal to 6, means here. So initially at resonance the maximum amplitude was this one. For P is equal to 6, we have to just put the values 2 root over of, you can see that omega is 5, that will be 25, minus P equal to, we are going to be consider this will be 121. Here I written that 25 minus 36 whole square, 121, this factor is same. And here it will be 4 into 1. 4 into 1 was taken as B for the first case, but here B we are going to consider 9. 4 into 9 into 36. So by simplification we can get 0.05313. So here this value, that means at 6, when P equals 6, this value is how much? This value means this amplitude value. This amplitude value is how much? No need to write in the figure. I am explaining over here. You just can write in your rough. These things no need to write in the note. So 0.05313. Okay. I'm going to just okay. From here to here, this height is this one, 0.0531. Now for P is equal to omega, for heavy damping case, maximum height is 0.006666, and for P equal to 6 we found this one, height is this one. So what is the difference between this? Difference between this means we can say that the rate of fall of amplitude for changes of from 5 to 6. For weak damping we found this one, 0.04237. For in this case we found 0.0, this one 0.0666 minus 0.0531 is equal to this one. You just compare this and this. Which one is the larger? Larger is this one. That means for weak damping case the difference is larger, means it falls largely with the variation of 1 unit of P as compared with heavy damping. For heavy damping it falls slowly, decreases as 0.01353, but here decreasing value is 0.04237. So this is the all about mathematical analysis when damping is increases how the sharpness is going to decreases, and damping is decreases. This is for weak damping, the sharpness of the curve at P is equal to omega, or at resonant frequency the curve is going to be increases. The sharpness of the curve will be increases. If B or damping it will be increases, the flatness will be increases, sharpness of the curve will be decreases. So I am going to be erase these things. These things I done for your understanding purposes, but I suggest that you have to draw this figure only in your note, and if you can do this mathematical analysis with in your rough and with a separate page, and you can paste over it here. Whenever I explain this one, you just pause the video and you can write these mathematical explanations. Okay, and you can write the mathematical explanation, this one, and you can paste over here extra page. Okay, so this is all about your sharpness of resonance of the forced harmonic oscillation. So go through this video and pause the video and write down the note, draw the figure perfectly, and if you got any doubt you can contact me. We are going to be discuss. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.